Super excited to be Saturday hauling with you guys today. I've got some good stuff. About a week ago, Ulta sent out a 20% off coupon, so I took advantage and I got 2 more of the Nikki Tutorials Master Chrome Metallic Highlighters. They were buy one, get one 50% off, and there wasn't anything else I really wanted from Maybelline. So I got 2 of them because I really love this highlighter, and I don't know if it's limited edition or not. I personally think that Maybelline should add it to their permanent Master Chrome line, because this is a really pretty highlighter for fair skin tones. Like the other ones in the range on my skin are just too dark for like the top of my cheekbones, but this one is perfect. I'm going to swatch the one that I use already, which has got a pretty good dip in it. So this is 250 Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter, and it's the Nikki Tutorials collaboration. It's just a really pretty in-your-face highlighter. It's got that same type of formula as the other Master Chrome ones. I know there's like a bronzy one and a kind of a peachier one. Also from Ulta, I picked up a few things from the MAC holiday collection. So I got the MAC Shiny Pretty Things Face Compact in Fair. And there are 3 products in there. You got a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. I have used this a few times so far. The highlighter, it's really pretty on the skin. It gives a really pretty sheen. But on my skin tone, it kind of just blends in with the skin. So if I'm looking for like a sculpted effect, a lifted cheek effect using that highlighter, it doesn't give me the effect like something like the Nikki Tutorials one would, because it kind of blends into my skin tone. The blush is super pretty. The bronzer is pretty if you can get it on your skin. I have to use a stiffer, scratchier type of brush to get the product to be picked up in there. But once on, I think the color is really pretty, but it's hard to pick up. It's just, that one's really difficult to pick up on a brush for me. The bronzer is called 5 Alarm Kiss. The blush is called Sweater Weather, and then the highlighter is called String Lights. And I am a huge fan of the In Extra Dimension formula from MAC. I think that they look beautiful on the skin. I've got other bronzers with that In Extra Dimension finish to it that pick up easier than the one in this palette. So those are the 3 products. I love the blush in there. But you can see that that highlighter, it blends into my skin pretty good. Also from the holiday collection, I got 2 of the lipsticks, and I got these off of Ulta too. I'm so excited that Ulta carries MAC now, because they do those 20% off coupons relatively frequently, I think. So I'm pretty excited that they carry MAC, including the like limited edition collections. So I got 2 lipsticks. One is a cream sheen, which I just love this color. It matches with Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk like perfectly. This is called Babe Town, and it is a cream sheen. The holiday packaging on this is just kind of a shiny silver. It'd been cool if they'd have put some snowflakes on the outside. I love the cream sheen formula from MAC. This is just a really pretty mauve nude color. And I have worn this, and the color goes, like I said, with that Pillow Talk very well. And then the other one that I got is called At Leisure, and this one is a frost. This one didn't quite look online how it looks in person. It's kind of it's a nudie tannish shade, and it's a frost finish, so it's shiny. It is a pretty color, but it's just a little bit more warm than I had anticipated it to be. So that one is At Leisure. And then I also got 2 of the shiny pretty eyeshadows. I was watching Tina the Fancy Faced here on YouTube, and she had hauled these, and they just look really pretty and kind of unique. I haven't worn them yet. They have got some glitters in there. I've been kind of steering clear of products with some glitter particles in them, because I just had LASIK eye surgery. It's been like going on 2 weeks now, so I'm okay, but I'm very careful with what I've been putting on my eyes lately. And these got a little bit more glitter chunks in them, so I've only been able to swatch them. But they are very pretty. There's a lot of dimension inside of the pot. They're a little bit more loose when you swatch them, so I think like a glitter glue or a really tacky sticky base is what you're going to want to use for them. So this one is P for Pink, and this one is Joy 2. So P for Pink and Joy 2. And I can't wait to get some of the glittery products that I have on my eyeballs, but I ain't gonna risk it just yet. So those are those 2. And then I bought the bundle off of her website of the Pat McGrath Labs Blitz Trance lipsticks. I got the shades Flesh Fatale and Nude Romantique. And this is got actually a little bit different style packaging than her other lipsticks come in. But these are so pretty. The packaging is so pretty on these. Gold glitter. The shades themselves are really beautiful as well, but from the swatches that I seen online and also just the way that they looked online, I really thought that they were going to be lighter, and they're a bit dark. They are very, very nice lipsticks, but they're just darker in color than what I had originally thought they were going to be when I got them. Needless to say, Pat McGrath makes really beautiful lip products. So this one here is called Nude Romantique, and it's the Blitz Trance lipstick. And this one is the lighter of the two, but it's got a stronger like terracotta undertone to it than like I said, I had originally thought it would. And then the other one is called Flesh Fatale. And this one is much darker. That's like almost like it's almost like a maroon red color. It's just way darker than I thought it was going to be. It's still pretty though. I think that these two shades might be fun ones to wear this holiday season. And then I got this package from Beautylish, and it had these Lina Choo. You see there you go. Lina Choo lipsticks in there, and I had never heard of the brand. From what I could tell, like in stateside anyway, Beautylish is the only one that carries this brand. She's based out of China, I believe. And then inside there are 6 lipsticks. They are called specifically the Great Artist Velvet Matte Lipstick. And I'm actually wearing one on my lips today. I've got number 21 Duras on. I wouldn't necessarily call them matte lipsticks. I really feel like they're a satin type of a finish. On me, they don't look matte and they don't feel matte either. They're actually very, very comfortable wearing lipsticks. They have a very slight lipstick smell, like very, very faint, if any smell at all. But what I was like really impressed, like when I swatched them, the full opacity of the lipstick. And again, I do have one on my lips right now, and it feels really comfortable, and the color is really, like I said, it's got a ton of pigment to it, and it just wears and looks really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the 6 shades that got sent over. I looked on the Beautylish website, and there are only 6 shades available on there as well. So I kind of hope that they expand the range, because I'm itching for a nude pink shade in this range, because this is a really, really beautiful formula, and the shades are pretty bright for the most part. And check out the detail. So it says Lena right there, and then Choo. It's got a pretty nice weight to it as well. It's got a magnetic cover on there, and then look at this. I don't know how well you're gonna see. There's an etch detailing of like her logo, which is it looks like 2 dragons on there, which is really pretty. And then it's also got the little logo embossed on the bullet. Really nice attention to detail on these lipsticks. They feel expensive, and so far I feel like they wear like they're expensive as well. So this is the one I've got on right now. Just really full pigment, number 21 Duras. And then this next one is number 8 Anderson, which all of the names of these are like famous artist names. So this one is Anderson. These first 3 are my favorite out of the 6, are the ones I'm definitely going to get more use out of. Then the next one is number 12, Botticelli. I almost put this one on today, but I have a bit more of a pinker blush on, so I was like, ew, that's a little clash-worthy. So that is like such a pretty color. It's number 12, Botticelli. Then we've got number 36, Van Gogh, which is a pretty deep tangerine orange. And then number 9, Shakespeare, which is a red. I'm just really impressed, like one swipe with the pigmentation on these. And then this last one is number 10, Da Vinci, which is, it's a warmer, deeper red. Right there. Very nice lipsticks from Lina Choo. So big thank you to Beautylish for sending those over. That formula is impressive. Then Charlotte Tilbury came out with another one of the luxury palette of pops. She came out with a warm one, and then now here's a cooler green toned one. Is there a name on there? Starlight Luxury Palette of Pops. So this one must be called Starlight. So there is a kind of a taupey color, 2 greens, and then kind of a grayish green. I have worn this guy, and I do kind of have to grind my brush into those shades to get them to pick up. But on the lid over a tacky primer, they have a really beautiful sparkle to them. I feel the same way about the warmer one that came out as well, which I hauled a few videos ago. I like both of these palettes. They have a more sophisticated type of shimmer shine to them where it's not going to be overpowering, but it's still very pretty. And they're a little bit more sheer in terms of pigment and a little bit heavier on the shine factor. So this one is Starlight. Oh, focus there, camera. Those lipsticks, some of those deeper shades kind of stained my hand there. So that is the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Palette of Pops, and I think Starlight is the shade. And I got this off of her website. And then I purchased 2 products off of the Elsie Cosmetics website. I had heard really good things about this brand. I know a lot of people love the foundation, and I've been hearing really good things about the concealer. So I bought their lightest shade, which is in the shade Light, and the color matches me really, really well. And then I also got the Eclipse highlighter. I was watching Samantha Ravindal, and she really liked this, so I thought I'd give it a try. It's a little bit too deep for my skin tone, but I can make it work if I really kind of buff it out. But there's 2 shades of this on the website. This is the lighter of the 2, and it's called Luna. Isn't that just a pretty embossing though? It's a baked jelly type formula, which is one of my favorite highlighter type of formulas. But as you can see on my skin tone, it's a little bit deeper than I guess I would have liked. It's not going to give a lift to the top of my cheekbones, that's for sure, but the actual formula of this is very, very smooth, and it's really pretty. So if you have a bit deeper skin tone than me, or even a really deeper skin tone, because there is a darker shade than this, I think that these are some really pretty highlighters. It's got a great formula. I need a lighter shade though, man. And then the concealer is 0.507 ounces of product that you're getting in this tube, which you're getting a ton of product. I really like the packaging on this guy. It has got one of those cooling like tips, metal tips on the end. And then let me swatch the shade. So this is the lightest shade out of the bunch. It's not super brightening underneath my eyes. It just matches my actual skin tone really well. The formula, I would call it a light to medium coverage. So when I use this, I do use a little bit more of the product than some of my other concealers, because again, I feel like it's a light to medium type of coverage. So I use a little bit more product, and then I have to set it a little bit more as well, because otherwise I might get a tiny bit of creasing. But for the most part, it's a really pretty concealer. It's lighter, so if you're looking for something that feels really comfortable underneath the eyes with not a super heavy feel or a ton of coverage, I think that you might really like this one. I kind of do like a little bit more coverage underneath my eyes than what this gives me though, but I am able to build it up to get the coverage that I do like. Then next up, I got this with the 20% off on Sephora. This is the Jouer Making Magic Ultra Foil Eyeshadow Palette gift set. I love the dragonfly that's on the box, and it's also on the actual palette. This guy comes with a little tiny eye topper in the shade Constellation, which is very reminiscent of the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows. This is pretty as well. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you. It's called a topper, so it's kind of meant to top over some of the other shades. I feel like you can wear it by yourself if you really wanted to, but it's got those glitters in it right there. The only gripe I have, I wish companies would stop putting products in this square type packaging like this, because you can only tighten it so far. It like locks and then it stops, and I feel like you should be able to twist it really tight. With the Stila Glitter and Glows, I'm having them dry out quicker than I feel like they should, especially for the price tag of them, because I can't twist the cover tight enough. I feel like air gets in there, and that's why they're drying out. So I much prefer a round packaging for products like this. And then here is the palette. It's super pretty. It kind of feels like this is a sticker on the cover. I haven't attempted to try to peel it off to find out because I don't want it to like start to peel off if it is. But there is 0.53 ounces of product in here, which averages out to be about 0.044 ounces per eyeshadow, which is it's a decent amount of product. This is the palette that I have on my lids today. I've got these two shades and a little bit of this blue, and this palette here is just a beautiful lid palette. It's got some really pretty sparkly shimmers in it. I really, really like it. I love the Skinny Dipped foiled eyeshadow palette that they came out with. I don't feel like this formula is the same as those though. I feel like these ones are a little bit more tightly pressed than the ones in the Skinny Dip palette. When I went in with my brush, I kind of grinded it into the shades because I thought they felt a little bit stiffer, but when I went to put it on, it came off really well. So I didn't really need to grind my brush in there to pick up that product. But these shades, some of these shades are just so pretty. Oh, they're so pretty. So much sparkle and shine. And then these next ones. This is just a great pairing palette that I'm going to use with some of my matte eyeshadows. And then these ones. And then this last row. So pretty. So that is the Jouer Ultra Foil eyeshadow palette right there. And then I also got the new Dose of Colors Snow Angels eyeshadow palette. There are 5 matte eyeshadows in here that are 0.06 ounces per shade. I got this off of Ulta as well, so I was able to get the 20% off of it. And I have got 2 of the eyeshadows in this palette on my eyes today through the crease. I have got this deeper kind of wine color and then this more taupey pinkish type of color right there through the crease, and then I used Burberry's Trench underneath the brow because this is too dark for me to use underneath the brow. These blend out really, really well. They're very pigmented, but you do have to watch kind of, you don't want to like grind your brush in them because they do kick up some product, but otherwise they're very pretty eyeshadows. I want to get the new Cool one. They came out with a Cool matte eyeshadow palette as well. I haven't got my hands on that one yet, but I hear horses whinnying outside. I wonder what's going on. And then these 2 blue shades. I do feel like these shadows in this palette are a little bit pressed a little bit more than the other palettes that they've done. Some of their other palettes, like this burnt or the siennas, and barely put your brush in those other palettes and they just kind of go poof like that. It might have to have something to do with the kind of embossing that they have on that powder too, but I do feel like these are pressed a little bit better than the other matte palettes from Dose of Colors. But pretty colors there. So that's the Snow Angel palette. And then I also purchased these 2 mini palettes from Too Faced. One is the Tickled Peach palette, and I believe I got this one off of the Sephora website. And then the other one is called the, what is this one called? The Sugar Cookie eyeshadow palette. And I got this one off of Nordstrom. I've seen that they're kind of selling them at different places. But these little palettes are so much better than the mini like chocolate palettes that they came out with. I think, was that last year or the year before? Those were so bad. I actually returned them. They were so bad. These are so much better. They're like mini versions of their larger like chocolate bar style palettes. In each one of these, there are 6 eyeshadows that are 0.02 ounces, and then the 2 larger shadows are 0.03 ounces. So they both have the same layout, and they have that tin type of packaging. I have used both of these, and they're coordinated really well in terms of mattes and shimmers. You've got a deeper shade, a blend out, and a brow bone in terms of matte, and you've got some really pretty shimmers in there. This white shade right here isn't quite as flaky as the one that's in the gingerbread. Is it gingerbread? Gingerbread Spice palette, but it is still more of a flaky type of eyeshadow. And this one does smell sweet, kind of like a sugar cookie type candle does. So let's give you some swatches. But again, yeah, these are so much better than the ones that they had put out the mini ones they had done a few holidays ago. I can't remember if it was last year or if it was like 2 years ago. I don't know where the time's going. This shade kind of didn't show up really well in the swatch, but I did use it to blend out that deeper shade when I did use it, and it worked really nice. These have got a thicker, more substantial texture to them. There's like more substance to them, which I think is really nice. They're not really thin and powdery. It also says that the bulk of these is made in the USA and they were assembled in the Dominican Republic. I only bought one holiday set from Too Faced this year, and that was the Sephora version with that large palette. I haven't even hauled or did a video on that either yet. Oh, I'm slacking. But what I found with that palette, it says made in the USA, assembled Dominican Republic and stuff. I looked at the ones at Ulta and I almost bought some. But all of the ones, including the Tarte ones, with the exception of, again, the pineapple one, is made in the USA, that's sold at Sephora. And then the ones that are in Ulta are all made in like China. So I found that interesting. So I actually only bought one set from Tarte and one set from Too Faced this year in terms of like the big holiday sets, and I bought both the Sephora versions. I just thought that was interesting, but these ones do say that they're made in the USA as well, assembled in Dominican. But again, this is the sugar cookie one. I mean, the shades, when it comes to the actual shades, yes, we have seen these shades done by Too Faced 1,000 times. But the formula of this particular palette, both these two palettes, is really nice. And then here is the Tickled Peach one. Again, you've got a pretty nice array. You got a matte brow bone transition in a deeper shade. Those are kind of similar to the one from the other palette. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shimmer shades in here. Still, I can use either one of these palettes and just stick to this palette and get a nice look out of them. And this one has that peach smell to it. And this next row. So that one is the Too Faced Tickled Peach mini eyeshadow palette. I'm going to go ahead and slow my roll right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.